Cheers, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Bourbon Booze. We're on a streak. Can't believe it. After being iffy on our episodes for the past few weeks, I'm so glad that we're getting to be able to be more consistent. So if you like that, make sure you do hit that like and subscribe because it means so much to me. I was glad that most of you stayed with us in my absence and my irregularity of uploading videos, and we actually increased sub counts, which is great. And I am so grateful for it to you. You guys mean a lot to me. Alright, today we're going to do something I better know very little about. This is from the actors who were in the Vampire Diaries. I know nothing about the Vampire Diaries. I'm assuming it's a show that is about vampires. Probably a lot in the kind of framework of possibly Twilight or something. I don't know. It seems like this is a show that's on the CW that is probably more of a teenage to maybe 20s show. I don't know. I'll have to ask around in my family and see if they've watched it. But this is called Brothers Bond Bourbon. This is their normal bourbon, not their cask strength or their rye. It's, I'm just reading right here, it's a bourbon line dedicated to, or created by, the actors Paul Wesley and Ian Somerhalder. Ian, I hope I said your name right, Ian Somerhalder. And they were in the Vampire Diaries and decided to create this whiskey. I think it has something to do with the show, the Vampire Diaries, about their bonding as brothers. I think they're brothers in the show. So, obviously, there are super fans out there for shows, and I imagine Vampire Diaries has some super fans. You guys can leave some comments below and kind of explain to me the whole series in a nutshell in 3 or 4 sentences and how the whiskey relates to that. I do know that my friend Randall Sullivan from Bourbon Real Talk, if you're watching that channel, he did a interview with these guys, and I believe it's coming out in just a week or two. So check that out, and it probably explains more. I'll watch it. In fact, when I was preparing for this video, I saw that he had done a live interview with him. Not a live, but a video interview with him. And I was like, what the heck, man? How did you trump me on this? I'm about ready to review this bottle, and you actually one-up me by getting the guys on the show. So, oh well. I like you, Randy. You're a good guy. Just clue me in next time, buddy. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this bourbon. It's called Brothers Bond. It's a straight bourbon whiskey. It is 40% or 80 proof. It is a MGP product out of Indiana, so the brothers don't actually have a distillery. They don't distill, they purchase it. So, as in most celebrity whiskeys, most celebrity alcohol, in fact, is probably an MGP product or another distillery's product. It's sourced, and there's no problem with that. I like MGP. They have some great stuff. Penelope, they produce some really great whiskeys. If you don't know MGP, it's one of the largest distillers in the world. It's the old Seagram's plant, the Seagram's whiskey and Seagram's vodka and Seagram's gin plant that closed down, and millions and millions and millions of barrels of alcohol was left. So a new company called MGP picked it up. And you would be surprised at how much of your whiskey that you drink is an MGP product. So no bashing them at all. I just wanted to let you know. It's a sourced whiskey. And it's aged for at least 4 years. Now the cost on this is super reasonable. I know it was hard to find, and now the cask strength probably is still hard to find. But about 2 years ago, this was hard to find because of the popularity of the show. And I was able to stumble across it at a reasonable price. This is about $30 bottle. So that's going to be a 2-barrel. 2-barrel. Now let's see. I've been having cork issues, and I believe this cork actually broke. So this is a replacement cork. The heat here in Texas is horrible on corks. And I do have an AC dedicated to this bar, but it doesn't matter. It's killing me. I've had like 3 or 4 broken corks in the past week, and with 1,000 bottles here, it's hard for me to go and make sure all the corks are wet. And actually, that's a synthetic cork, so it shouldn't matter, but I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and look at this. It's a 3-barrel or 4-barrel on cost. No, it's not. It's a 2-barrel on cost. Nice bourbon aroma. A little bit heavy on the cinnamon or mint. I like to say spearmint because it's that cinnamon mint combo. A little dark cherry, dark fruit. Hints, very small hints of tobacco. Vanilla and molasses. And I'll probably, I say vanilla, but it might be caramel. It's very aromatic. This is actually really, really good. I don't mean to be surprised when I say that. I don't know. Sorry, guys. It's really good. I'm going to say this is a 4 on aroma. This is great. I could sit there and just smell it all night while I'm watching TV. Maybe I'll do it when I'm watching Vampire Diaries. I don't have the CW, so I'm going to have to see if it's on something else. Yeah, I'm going to say it's a 4. So 4 and a 2, that's 6. We gauge this out of 5 points total, or per category, so 20 points total. That threw me. This is a cooling whiskey. So I gauge whiskeys. There's 2 different types of whiskeys for me. Now this might be something different for you guys. But on that first straw, there's a whiskey that warms you, and it's kind of heated, and it feels like you want it on a cold day. And then there's whiskeys that are cooling, they're refreshing, and it's probably more of a summertime whiskey. And lately I've been drinking whiskey over ice, which I never do, but it's, 180,000 degrees here in Texas. But this is a cooling whiskey. Normally I only get cooling whiskeys with scotches. Interesting. A little bit watery, but it is very cool, refreshing. You're getting some of that notes of the dark cherry or dark fruit. A little bit of the sweetness probably from either the corn or, the barrel's vanilla and caramel. Not much in the way of the spearmint, but more of the cinnamon. Interesting. I do think it's a little bit weak. Actually, it's quite a bit weak. I would say that this is probably no more than a 3 on flavor, and probably a 3.5 on bite. There's not a lot of bite. There's a little bit of that achy burn on the back end, and at 80 proof, or 80%, 80 proof, 40%, 80 proof, there should be nothing affecting me. But yeah, there's a little bit of almost like a heartburn-ish effect on the back end. Odd. So we're looking at 9, 12 and a half. So, yeah, this is a 3-barrel. 12 out of 20. This is a 3-barrel. I'm sure that the cask strength or the barrel proof is going to be a little bit more flavorful and a little bit more spicier. We'll have to get that when I get a chance, probably in the new year. But overall, not a bad. It's a 3 out of 5, so it's above average. I think that as a celebrity whiskey goes, it's great on the nose, and it's okay on the palate. Interesting. I would like to, I'm going to watch Randy's interview with these guys and check them out. I think his wife, Lindsay, was also in the interview, so she's the one that told me she was sorry that I could go ahead and post this because theirs isn't coming out for a couple weeks. But I think that it would be nice to talk to these guys, as it is nice to talk to all distillers. I love talking to distillers, but kind of get their say on this and their influence and what brought them to this. So I'm excited for that BRTC video in a few weeks. When it pops up, I'll try to link it into this video, so if it's if you watch this after that, you can check it out. But I do think, as far as celebrity whiskeys goes, not bad at all. Get a chance to get it. Make sure you leave your comments about what you felt about this. What was your flavor profile? How do you like it? And also, let's talk about celebrity alcohols in general. That's always a hot topic, and I'd really like to know, so make sure you leave those in the down there. And have a great time this summer. It's winding down. The heat's not, but I know kids are going back to school soon. My fellow colleagues and teachers went back to school this week. I'm retired. Peace out. So I will probably stop by and see them and see how they're doing, but wish them all a good week. So check out those teachers out there. Make sure they have a good year. Start them off right. Buy them a bottle of whiskey. That's always good for morale. Whiskey or wine. I don't care. I used to get wine as a teacher and never got whiskey. I want whiskey. But, yeah, your kids are probably going back to school, so enjoy the last few days of your summer or the whatever time left you have. If your summer's already over, celebrate a successful summer with a bottle of whiskey. And, again, have a great one. Check out Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and merchandise. All right, remember, there's no bad whiskey. There's only good whiskey and great whiskey. Brothers Bond Barrel Straight Bourbon Whiskey, not barrel proof. Brothers Bond Straight Barrel Whiskey is a good whiskey. Cheers.